Welcome to another episode. My name is Manny and this is Grubanny, and today we'll be making some alkaline vegan pickled red onions. Let's get started. For this recipe, you would of course need some red onions. You can use any amount you desire. I'm going to start by peeling some red onions, and while I'm doing that, I would like to mention that this isn't the traditional method for making pickled red onions. The traditional method for making this recipe calls for the use of vinegar. However, vinegar is not considered an alkaline ingredient, so I'll be leaving that out of this recipe. Oh, and thanks to my loamy composter, my kitchen is on its way to becoming a zero waste kitchen. If you would like to learn more about this composter, click on the link in the description box below. Now I'm going to slice my onions using two methods, but truly you can use any method you like. The first method is by using a knife. I'm going to carefully slice my onions into thick slices, then using my fingers, I'm going to separate the slices. Let's set these aside for now, and when we come back, I'll show you the second method for slicing onions. If you guessed mandolin, you're correct. I love mandolins because they are cheap, efficient, and accurate tools for uniformly slicing vegetables. If you want beautiful and uniform onion slices, I recommend you use a mandolin. Mandolins are extremely sharp and dangerous, and as you can see, it sliced down this entire onion to its base. I recommend that when using a mandolin, you always use a mandolin guard and never use your bare fingers. All you have to do is pierce your vegetable with the pins and slice. This brand is cheap and it's really good. I've been using it for years. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you're interested. As you can see over here, I have very beautiful slices, and I achieved this in less than 2 minutes. Now let's add these to the onions I sliced with a knife earlier. I'm going to use my hands to separate the onion rings that are stuck together. That way, it'll be easier for the pickling juice to penetrate every individual slice. Next, I'm going to pour a jar of hot water over the onions so they're fully submerged. This will not just kill off potential bacteria, but it'll help the onions to slowly start to release their pink color. Now we're going to let this sit undisturbed for about 15 to 20 minutes. After 15 minutes, drain off the water in a sink, but don't rinse the onions. Add the onions back to a bowl, and as you can see, they're still fresh and crispy like they were never submerged in hot water. Most alkaline vegans don't know that they still can eat oranges, but these are not just regular oranges. These are called Seville or sour oranges, and they're listed on Dr Sebi's nutritional guide. If you're under the impression that these are sweet, you're in for a massive heartbreak, because these are as sour, if not more sour than a key lime. If you thought key limes were rare and difficult to find, then strap up your boots and be ready for an adventure, because these are extremely rare and difficult to find as well. Now let's slice into these and see what they look like. It's funny because oranges in Africa are usually green and very sweet. But when you come to places like America, you find that oranges are orange. That's been a very strange experience for me. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but anyway, this is what they look like when you cut into them. You find that they have some seeds. Also, they have a dull color. They taste like oranges, but they're extremely sour. If you can find these oranges, use only Seville oranges for this recipe. But if you can't find Seville oranges, go ahead and use key lime. I've also come across orange-colored Seville oranges. I could only find 3 Seville oranges, so I'm mixing in some key lime. Now we're going to squeeze the juices of our limes and lemons over the top of our onions. You can use a juicer if you want, but I'm using a manual lime squeezer. I need the workout anyway. I'm getting too fat for my liking. You want to be able to completely submerge your onions in the juice, so make sure you have enough Seville oranges or limes available. At this point, you can go ahead and add any pickling herbs and seasonings of your choice. For me, I like to add some pure sea salt. Add some sea salt, adjust the taste, and give it a really good mix. We're going to be using these pickled red onions in an upcoming video, so go ahead and make yours as soon as possible. Add your pickling juice and onions to a jar and make sure your onions are properly submerged in the juice. As I mentioned earlier, there's no vinegar involved in this recipe, so that's a good thing. If you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Now we're going to seal this up and let it sit for about 8 to 24 hours in the fridge. This is what you get after 8 to 24 hours. As you can see, the onions have taken on a very bright, beautiful pink color, and they still remain very crisp. These will serve as a very beautiful condiment. Here's the before and after. The difference is clear. These have a very sharp, tangy taste, so you need to pair them up with something sweet. You can use it right away, or you can go ahead and seal it and store it in the fridge for up to 3 months. Either way, it'll be crisp and fresh. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.